Have you ever wondered how people go from basic starter cards with virtually no perks to premium travel cards packed with perks like lounge access, luxury benefits, and huge welcome bonuses? Well, there's actually a strategy behind it, often referred to as the credit card ladder. This concept was first introduced by Ben Hedges nearly 8 years ago, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through my own updated version for 2025. Think of the credit card ladder as a straightforward 5-tier system that helps you understand how to go from entry-level cards with limited upside to top-tier cards loaded with perks, points, and travel benefits, all while building your credit along the way. Now, before we jump straight into the top-tier cards, it's important to understand that you can't just skip to the top overnight. Most people, even the ones with premium cards today, started at the bottom and worked their way up. And that's exactly what the credit card ladder is designed to help you do. So in this video, I'm going to break down each of the 5 tiers, starting from the very beginning and working our way up to the top, so you know exactly how to unlock better cards over time. Let's jump right into it and start with tier 1, the credit building tier, also known as starter cards. This is where every credit journey begins. Tier 1 is all about getting your foot in the door with credit cards, whether you're brand new to credit or rebuilding your credit after making some mistakes in the past. Either way, this is your entry point, and the goal here is to find a card that can help you build credit history, prove you're responsible, and set yourself up for better cards down the road. Now, there are 3 main types of cards you'll find in this tier: secured credit cards, credit builder cards, and student credit cards. Most come with no annual fee, though there are a few that do. However, those are best avoided at this stage. Rewards are usually minimal too, but some of these cards actually offer decent basic rewards, which is a nice bonus when you're just starting out. So let's walk through what each card type means and a few that I personally recommend, starting with secured credit cards. With a secured card, you'll need to put down a security deposit, usually around $200 to $300, and that amount then becomes your credit limit. This reduces risk for the issuer because if you don't pay off your balance, they can simply keep your deposit. Now, if you use the card responsibly by paying it off on time and in full every month, many secured cards will eventually give you your deposit back. Some will even upgrade you to a regular unsecured card after months of solid history. A couple of secured cards I'd recommend looking into would be the Capital One Platinum Secured and the Discover It Secured. The Capital One Platinum Secured is as simple as it gets. It doesn't earn any rewards, but that's not really the point here. The main goal is to help you build credit. It has no annual fees, and Capital One will also review your account over time to see if you're eligible for a higher credit limit or even a transition to an unsecured card. It's a solid option if you're just looking for a no-frills way to get started. The Discover It secured card, however, stands out because it actually earns rewards. 2% cash back at gas stations and restaurants on up to $1,000 in combined purchases per quarter, plus 1% back on everything else. It also has no annual fee, and after 7 months, Discover starts reviewing your account to see if you're eligible for an upgrade to an unsecured version and a refund of your deposit. On top of that, they'll match all the cash back you earn in your first year, dollar for dollar. So for a secured card, this is easily one of the best ones out there. Now let's move on to credit builder cards. These are unsecured cards, meaning they don't require a deposit like secured cards do, but they're still designed for people who are new to credit or trying to rebuild. The goal here is the same: to build a strong credit history through responsible use. One card I'd recommend checking out in this category is the Chase Freedom Rise. It's specifically built for people who are just starting out, and it's a great way to get into the Chase ecosystem early, which can really pay off down the road if you plan to go for other Chase cards later. The Freedom Rise has no annual fee, earns 1.5% cash back on everything, and even gives you a $25 bonus just for turning on automatic payments, which is a great incentive to build good habits early. Also, if this is your first card and you already have a Chase checking or savings account with at least $250 in it, that can actually improve your approval odds. Finally, let's talk about the last type of card in this tier, student cards. These cards are specifically designed for college students who are just starting their credit journey. 2 student cards I'd personally recommend are the Discover It Student Cashback and the Capital One Saver Reward Student. The Discover It Student offers 5% cash back in rotating categories each quarter like grocery stores, restaurants, and gas stations on up to $1,500 in combined spending. You'll also earn 1% back on everything else, and just like the secured version we covered earlier, Discover will match all the cash back you earned in your first year. It also has no annual fee. The Capital One Saver Reward Student is a great option as well. It earns unlimited 3% cash back at grocery stores, on dining, entertainment, and popular streaming services, and 1% back on everything else. It has no annual fee and a $100 bonus after meeting the spending requirement. Now let's move into tier 2, the foundation tier, which focuses on beginner cards. At this stage, you've likely already opened your first credit card or two from tier 1, started building some credit history, and now your credit score is climbing into the high 600s, maybe around 670 or higher. You're no longer just building credit, you're starting to optimize. The cards in this tier still have no annual fee, but they offer major upgrades like stronger spending multipliers, welcome bonuses in the $200 range, and even your first glimpse into travel rewards through flexible points. Think of this tier as laying the groundwork for your long-term credit card strategy. These cards will form the core of your setup, whether you're team cashback or team travel. I like to break down the foundation tier into 4 main categories: catch-all cards, category specialists, no-fee co-branded cards, and the wild card. So let's start with catch-all cards, which are simple, flat-rate cards that earn solid rewards on every purchase with no tracking required. There are 3 cards I recommend looking at here, starting with the Citi Double Cash. This is one of the most well-known flat-rate cards out there. You'll earn 2% cash back on every purchase, 1% when you buy, and 1% when you pay it off. But what makes this card special is, while it looks like a basic cashback card, those rewards actually come in the form of Citi Thank You points. That means if you later pair it with a higher tier Citi card like the Strata Premier, you can use those points for travel at higher rates with Citi's transfer partners. So it has more long-term flexibility than most people realize. Right now, it has a $200 welcome bonus after spending $1,500 in the first 6 months, and of course, there's no annual fee. Next is the Bank of America Unlimited Cash Rewards card. Right now, you'll earn 2% cash back on all purchases in your first year, thanks to a limited time 0.5% boost on top of the base 1.5%. After that, it goes back down to 1.5%. However, what's unique about this card is that if you have a certain amount of money with Bank of America or Merrill, you can boost your earning potential through their preferred rewards program. That means you can boost the 1.5% base rate by up to 75%. So in year 1, you could earn up to 3.125% cash back and 2.625% after the promo ends. There's also a $200 sign-up bonus when you spend $1,000 in the first 3 months. And like all the other cards in this category, it has no annual fee. Lastly, we have the Wells Fargo Active Cash. This card earns 2% cash back on everything with no categories or tracking required. You'll also get a $200 welcome bonus after you spend $500 in the first 3 months. Next up are the category specialist cards. These are the cards that give you boosted rewards in specific everyday categories like groceries, dining, or gas. A few of my favorites in this category are the Citi Custom Cash, Capital One Saver, and the Chase Freedom Flex, although you can't currently apply for the Freedom Flex online, which I'll touch on in a second. Let's start with the Citi Custom Cash. With this card, you will automatically earn 5% back on your top eligible spending category each billing cycle, up to $500 per month. So that could be restaurants, gas stations, grocery stores, select streaming services, really whatever you spend the most on, and it will adapt based on your habits. It technically earns Citi Thank You points just like the Citi Double Cash, so if you later pair it with a card like the Citi Strata Premier, you can unlock more value by using those points for travel through Citi's transfer partners. Right now, there's a $200 welcome bonus after spending $1,500 in the first 6 months, and of course, there's no annual fee. The Capital One Saver is another great one to check out. You'll earn 3% back on a wide range of categories like grocery stores, dining, entertainment, and streaming, plus 1% back on everything else. It also comes with a $200 welcome bonus. It's one of the most well-rounded, no annual fee options out there if your spending is focused on those categories, and you can pair it with a higher tier Capital One card like the Venture or Venture X to unlock more value through travel redemptions. Then we have the Chase Freedom Flex. This one gives you 5% back in rotating categories each quarter up to $1,500 in spending once you activate. The rotating categories typically include things like gas stations, grocery stores, dining, Amazon, streaming, and more. It also typically comes with a $200 welcome bonus. Beyond that, you'll earn 3% back on dining and drugstores and 1% on everything else. And technically, it earns Chase Ultimate Rewards points, not traditional cash back, which can be super valuable later on if you pair it with a premium Chase travel card like the Sapphire Preferred or Sapphire Reserve. But just a heads up, at the time of this recording, the Freedom Flex isn't available for online applications. I've heard you might still be able to apply in person at a Chase branch, but don't quote me on that. If anything changes, I'll be sure to keep you posted. Its sibling, the Chase Freedom Unlimited, however, is still available and definitely also worth checking out. And as a quick heads up, if you're interested in any Chase cards, including either Freedom Card, you'll want to be mindful of the Chase 524 rule. If you've opened 5 or more personal credit cards across any issuer in the last 24 months, Chase will automatically deny you. So if you're planning to build around Chase's ecosystem, it's usually smart to prioritize Chase cards first. I actually made a full separate video explaining the 524 rule and other top issuer rules in much more detail, called How Often Should You Apply for Credit Cards, so definitely check that out if you want to learn more about lender rules and timing your applications strategically. A few other cards worth considering in this category include the Amex Blue Cash Everyday, Discover It Cashback, Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards, Amazon Prime Visa, the Wells Fargo Autograph Card, which earns points, and the US Bank Cash Plus card. But I'll save the deep dives for another time to keep things moving. Next, I want to quickly touch on one more group of cards you'll come across in this tier. No annual fee co-branded cards, like airline and hotel cards. Two common examples are the Delta SkyMiles Blue card from Amex and the Marriott Bonvoy Bold card from Chase. These cards let you start building a relationship with a specific brand, but they're usually not ideal as foundational cards because they lock you into a single travel ecosystem early on, and compared to their $95+ siblings, they don't offer much in terms of perks, just basic points tied to one brand. So unless you're already loyal to a specific brand, I generally skip these for more versatile cards with better long-term value. Now, before we move on to Tier 3, there's one more card in Tier 2 that deserves its own category, and that's the Bilt MasterCard. I call this the wild card of Tier 2 because while it has no annual fee, like the rest of this tier, it packs a much bigger punch than you'd expect. What makes Bilt so unique is that you can earn points on rent payments without any transaction fees. That's something no other card can really do, and if you're a renter, it can seriously add up over time. You'll earn 1x on rent, 2x on travel, 3x on dining, 5x on Lyft, plus additional bonus points when you dine at Bilt neighborhood restaurants. And while there's no welcome bonus, the long-term value more than makes up for it. But what really sets this card apart is that it earns Bilt points, which are transferable to top travel partners, including Hyatt, United, and more. And if you've seen my other videos, you know how valuable transferring points can be when done right. So while I've placed this card in Tier 2, it could definitely make a case for Tier 3 based on the perks alone. Alright, now let's climb up to Tier 3, the intermediate flex tier. Cards in this tier typically have annual fees ranging from $95 to $150, but in return, you unlock much better rewards like stronger spending multipliers, bigger welcome bonuses, better travel protections, and access to transferable points with top airline and hotel partners. While those fees might sound high to some, this is the point where you can really start to maximize rewards, like getting free hotel nights, free checked bags, and unlocking higher brand status. If that's your goal, Tier 3 is where the real travel rewards game begins. That said, if you prefer to keep things simple and just stick with cash back, there's absolutely nothing wrong with stopping at Tier 2. You'll still have a strong, long-term foundational setup. So to qualify for most of these Tier 3 travel cards, you'll generally need good to excellent credit, usually a score of 700 or higher. That said, approval depends on more than just your score. Things like income, history with the issuer, and recent applications also play a role. Now, within this tier, you'll see two main card types: general travel cards that earn transferable points, and airline or hotel specific cards that earn rewards with a single brand. Let's start with the general travel cards. Two of the most well-known are the Chase Sapphire Preferred and the Capital One Venture Rewards card. The Chase Sapphire Preferred has a $95 annual fee and currently offers 75,000 points after spending $5,000 in the first 3 months. It has solid spending multipliers, includes a $50 hotel credit through Chase each year, and comes with some of the best travel protections in the industry. You can also pair it with cards like the Freedom Flex and Freedom Unlimited from Tier 2 to build the popular Chase Trifecta, letting you pool all your points and transfer them to Chase's many airline and hotel partners. The Capital One Venture Rewards card also has a $95 annual fee and comes with a 75,000 mile welcome offer. You'll earn 2x miles on everything, plus 5x miles on hotels, vacation rentals, and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel. It also includes a $120 global entry or TSA PreCheck credit, along with solid travel protections. And like Chase, you can pair this card with the Capital One Saver to convert your cash back into miles and transfer them to Capital One's travel partners. Beyond those two, a few other general travel cards worth checking out in this tier include the City Strata Premier, the Amex Green Card, and the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey Card. Now let's move to the other side of Tier 3, airline and hotel specific cards. These cards typically earn rewards with a single brand and can offer perks like free checked bags, room upgrades, or status boosts. A popular airline card in this tier is the Delta SkyMiles Gold American Express card. It comes with a $150 annual fee, which is waived in the first year, and regularly offers welcome bonuses in the 50 to 80,000 mile range. You'll get your first checked bag free, priority boarding, and 2x miles at restaurants on groceries and Delta purchases, along with some additional travel perks. On the hotel side, a popular option is the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless card from Chase. This card has a $95 annual fee and currently offers a welcome bonus of 5 free nights after spending $5,000 within the first 3 months. You'll also earn decent spending multipliers, automatic Silver Elite status, and a few more Marriott-specific benefits. And if you prefer other airlines or hotel chains, there are plenty of similar options in this tier too, from airlines like American, Southwest, and United, to hotel chains like Hilton, Hyatt, and IHG. The specific card will vary, but the general idea is the same. You're paying a modest annual fee in exchange for better perks, bonus categories, and brand-specific benefits. These co-branded cards aren't as flexible as the general travel cards we just covered, but if you're loyal to a specific brand, they can offer some good value and perks that cashback cards simply can't match. Now, before we move on to Tier 4, I want to take a second to talk about what I consider Tier 3.5, the Flex tier. These are cards with annual fees in the $250 to $350 range that don't quite reach the luxury level of Tier 4, but still offer significantly more value than entry-level $95 travel cards in Tier 3. A standout in this group is the Amex Gold card. With a $325 annual fee, it sits above most Tier 3 cards, but doesn't include luxury perks like lounge access you'd expect from Tier 4. What it does offer, though, is amazing earning potential, especially for all the foodies out there. You'll earn 4x points at restaurants and US supermarkets, which makes it one of the best cards out there for everyday food spending. It also includes a handful of credits to help offset that annual fee, like $120 in dining credits and $120 in Uber Cash, just to name a few. On top of that, welcome offers can reach up to 100,000 Amex membership rewards points, which can be transferred to Amex's many airline and hotel partners for maximum travel value. Also in this Flex tier are co-branded travel cards with higher annual fees, like the Delta SkyMiles Platinum, United Quest, or hotel cards like the Marriott Bonvoy Bevy or Bountiful. These offer stronger perks and status benefits compared to their $95 counterparts, but again, don't quite reach the premium cards found in Tier 4. So moving up to Tier 4 next, we have the Premium tier. Cards in this tier typically have annual fees of $395 and up, and they're designed for people who travel multiple times a year and want a top-tier experience when they fly, stay at hotels, or plan big trips. If you're someone who values airport lounge access, elite hotel or airline status, premium travel protections, or credits for things like TSA PreCheck, hotel amenities, and ride shares, this is where those perks start becoming standard. Now, yes, the fees here are higher, but if you take advantage of all the benefits, you can absolutely get more value than what you're paying for. That said, if you only travel once or twice a year, or don't care about lounges or elite status, Tier 4 probably isn't necessary. You can still build a great setup in Tier 2 or Tier 3 and stop there. To qualify for most cards in this tier, you'll generally need a credit score of 720 or higher and a solid income, typically 60 to 80,000 plus, depending on the card. And like I said in Tier 3, approvals aren't just about the score. Your income, existing relationship with the issuer, and past credit behavior all play a role too. Now, within Tier 4, you'll see the same two main card types we covered in Tier 3. General travel cards that earn transferable points, and airline or hotel specific cards that earn rewards with a single brand. Starting with your big name general travel cards, we've got the Amex Platinum, Chase Sapphire Reserve, and Capital One Venture X. The American Express Platinum card is one of the most recognizable premium travel cards on the market, with a hefty $695 annual fee. But in return, you get a long list of credits and perks. You'll get $200 in hotel credits through Amex Travel, $240 in digital entertainment credits for things like Hulu, Disney Plus, etc., $200 in Uber Cash, $200 in airline fee credits, $199 for a Clear Plus membership, and the list goes on. Add it all up, and you're potentially getting over $1,500 in value, on paper. Realistically, the more credits there are, the more it starts to feel like a coupon book, which might not be a good thing if your spending doesn't already line up with those specific credits. That said, what really draws most people to this card is the luxury travel experience. You'll get Centurion Lounge access, Priority Pass, Delta Sky Club access when flying Delta, Gold Elite status with Marriott, and Gold status with Hilton. Plus, you'll earn 5x points on flights and prepaid hotels, and you'll typically see a generous welcome offer. So if you're someone who finds yourself in an airport often and loves the VIP experience, the Platinum might be worth every dollar. But if not, it could definitely feel like overkill. And as a quick note, Amex has confirmed a refresh for this card later this year, so stay tuned for potential changes. Next up, we have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which recently did go through a major refresh. It now comes with a whopping $795 annual fee, up from the previous $550, but Chase added a handful of new perks and benefits to help justify the increase. It's currently offering a 100,000 point bonus plus a $500 Chase travel promo credit after you spend $5,000 in the first 3 months. At a minimum redemption of 1 cent per point, that's $1,500 in value from the welcome offer alone. You'll get a $300 annual travel credit, which automatically applies to things like flights, hotels, and rideshares, which effectively brings the annual fee down to $495 if you use the full credit. You'll also get entry to Chase Sapphire lounges, Priority Pass lounges, and access to the Luxury Hotel and Resort Collection, where you can get perks like room upgrades, free breakfast, and late checkout. It also offers pretty good spending multipliers. And just like the Amex Platinum, it sort of acts like a coupon book with very specific perks and credits that could add up to over $2,700 in potential value. But again, if your natural spending doesn't align with those credits, or maybe your home airport doesn't have a Chase Sapphire lounge, you might want to look at this next card. The Capital One Venture X is easily one of the best value premium cards on the market. It has a $395 annual fee, which is significantly lower than the Amex Platinum or Sapphire Reserve, but still comes with a load of premium benefits. You'll get a $300 annual credit for travel booked through the Capital One travel portal. On top of that, you get 10,000 bonus miles every account anniversary, which are worth at least $100. So right off the bat, you're getting $400 in value each year, which already offsets the fee, not to mention the 75,000 mile welcome bonus. You'll also get airport lounge access to Capital One lounges and Priority Pass lounges, making this one of the most affordable ways to get into an airport lounge. In terms of earning, the Venture X gives you 10x miles on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel, 5x miles on flights through the portal, and 2x miles on everything else, making it a great everyday catch-all card. So if you're looking for a premium travel card that delivers serious value without the ultra-high annual fee, the Venture X is one of the strongest options in Tier 4. And then we also have airline and hotel specific cards in Tier 4 like the Amex Delta SkyMiles Reserve with a $650 annual fee, the Chase United Club Infinite with a $695 fee, the Amex Hilton Honors Aspire at $550, and the Amex Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant at $650. These cards all come with solid welcome offers and include perks, benefits, and protections that are focused entirely on one specific brand. You'll get things like exclusive lounge access, like the Delta Sky Club with the Reserve card, for example, as well as companion tickets, free hotel nights, complimentary breakfast, late checkout, and automatic elite status or status boosts. So just like the co-branded cards we covered in Tier 3, these cards can deliver serious value, but only if you're loyal to the specific airline or hotel brand that they're tied to. If you're not, you'll get more flexibility from the general travel cards we already discussed. And finally, we've reached Tier 5, the exclusive tier. This tier contains invite-only cards that 99% of people will never get and honestly will never need. These are cards made for ultra-high net worth individuals, celebrities, and private banking clients with 7 or 8-figure portfolios. So yeah, most of us will probably never get these, but it's still fun knowing what's at the top of the ladder. Let's start with the most famous one, the American Express Centurion card, also known as the Amex Black card. To even qualify for an invite, it's rumored you need to spend at least $250,000 per year on your existing Amex cards. And if you do get invited, you'll have to pay a $10,000 initiation fee plus a $5,000 annual fee just to keep the card. In return, you'll get a dedicated Centurion concierge, access to private airport lounges like the Centurion Lounge Network, and top-tier elite status with brands like Delta, Hilton, and Marriott. You'll also get access to things like sold-out events, luxury bookings, and fine dining experiences. But at the end of the day, this card is more about status than practicality. Some extra invite-only cards in this tier include the JP Morgan Reserve card, which requires $10 million in assets under management with JP Morgan Private Bank just to qualify, and the Dubai First Royale card, which is said to be reserved for Middle Eastern royalty and billionaires, and yes, it's made with real gold and even includes a diamond. So yeah, Tier 5 is basically in a league of its own. But the good news, you don't need a black card or a billion-dollar bank account to build an amazing credit card setup. With the right strategy and smart credit habits, anyone can climb from tier 1 to tier 4. But before you start that climb, if you're wondering how many credit cards you should actually have, be sure to check out my video on that next. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more credit card tips, reviews, and strategy videos just like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.